So their role is to take industry standards and see if you're in compliance with those industry standards. If you have an auditor that comes into your plant or facility and says something that's not in the spec or it's not part of a aerospace standard, then you can challenge that. I've challenged things, and I'll give you some examples later on. So here's an example. So this is right out of the mil spec 8625, which is the mil spec for anodizing. The corresponding sheet for NADCAP is 7108, which is chemical processing. The slash sheet is the /8, which is for anodizing. And this is what they're auditing on. Are you complying with this spec? If they add to this, they're wrong, all right? Because remember, they hire contractors, and some of them have their own opinions. I'll give you a good example. When we did the first audit in 2022, the auditor said, you're supposed to use DI water for your seal. And that is absolutely false. That is not what it says in the spec. The spec says you can use DI water as an example, such as, that's what the spec says. So you can use any aqueous material as long as in the end you're passing your periodic testing. So I had that printed out. I also contacted their head of NADCAP for chemical processing, which is Nigel Cook out of England. I wanted him to confirm it. He sent me an email, so I had those things ready. So when I gave it to him, he said, oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Right? So don't assume because the auditor tells you that this is the way it's supposed to be, it is. No. They're supposed to be there to check on your compliance to existing standards, not made up ones because the auditor did it that way in his shop. A lot of people don't realize that.